Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are just doing an easy peasy, fresh look, fresh springy look today, and I am featuring one of my products that I mentioned. Well, let's be real, I'm using a lot of the products I mentioned in my recent beauty favorites video I posted last week. So if you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it before you watch this one because I am referencing a lot of those products in here today. The key players in this video is going to be the Lorac Unzipped palette, which I love so much. I think it did a great job of doing this spring look today. So yeah, you know the drill. If you want to see how to do this springy, dewy, shimmery business, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so we're gonna start off with the base makeup today. I'm not really doing anything too new here. As you can see, I have a couple friends hanging out today with us, so that's pretty cool. But I'm gonna use a little bit more full coverage foundation to just, you know, even out my skin tone, cover this monster up. And I'm gonna be doing a little cocktail, if you will, of foundation. I'm gonna be using my tried and true L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation. And then I'm also gonna be using my Milani Conceal and Perfect, which can be technically a concealer and foundation. This stuff is super, super thick and super, super full coverage. So I am gonna be mixing two shades together because this one is very, very light and the Milani one is very, very orange. It oxidizes a lot and it's very dark. So I'm gonna be just doing a little bit of that. So I'm just gonna dot that all over my face like usual. I don't know what they're doing upstairs, but they are making a ton of noise, and that is so awesome that they decided to start doing that right when I decided to start filming. So I feel like they can hear me talking about them. Just gonna take my beauty sponge here and blend that all over. Next up is concealer, and like I said, nothing too new here. I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting today, just because we are going to do a little bit more of a fun look going on. I feel like this is all nothing new, so you guys are probably going to be bored with this first part. I'm just powdering underneath my eyes, making sure nothing creases. And then I'm just going to lightly powder the rest of my face. We're gonna move on to bronzer, and I talked about this in my last favorites video too, so I'm obviously really loving the stuff that I mentioned in that last video, so you should go watch it if you haven't yet already. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. It's just like the perfect contour slash bronzing shade for me, so I am just loving it. I'm just loving it. The tiniest tap, take off the excess, and then I just start going at my face, just chiseling out my cheekbones. This is the L'Oreal Baked Blush in Tropic Hues. And so it's a really pretty, I don't even know what shade to describe it. It's a mixture of like highlighting and then rosy, peachy shades. It's a tester size, so it's obviously very, very, very small. But it just gives a really nice kind of, where's my blush brush? Cool, well, I don't have my blush brush, so I'm gonna be using my bronzer brush. I don't have my blush brush here, so I'm just gonna use my bronzer brush and just make it so. It's a really pretty shade, and it's not too harsh on the cheeks, I feel like. Just kind of gives your cheeks a nice glow, which I like. Sometimes I like to do highlight at the end, sometimes I like to do it right after my base makeup. Today I'm gonna do it after my base makeup because I feel like it, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use this Revlon Photo Ready Insta-fix highlighting stick. And that is a very long name, but this highlighter is really, really good. It doesn't have any shimmer or sparkle in it. It just kind of gives your skin like a wet look. We're gonna move on to the main event. I'm going to use the Lorac Unzipped palette. And again, this is the original. There are two versions, but this one is the more better one in my opinion. I love the colors in this one so much. So we're gonna be using this today, and I'm gonna try to do a very spring fresh kind of eye look for you guys. I'm gonna go in with this color right here, which is Unconditional, which is kind of like a darker medium brown. And just kind of blend that all in. You probably want to be a little closer for this, I'm guessing, right? Okay. Cool, so now that you're really close to my face, let's resume. I'm going to take the first color, Unbelievable, which is this one right here, and just put it in the inner corner, inner half of the eye, and then I'm going to take the color Unattainable and then maybe a little bit of Uncensored, so these ones right here, and blend them out to make it a little bit more depth at the end. And then I'm going to go in with Unattainable. And this kind of just adds some depth to the eye look without making it like a matte or super smoky. And then I'm going to take this last shimmery shade, which is Uncensored, and it's a darker shimmer shade. If something's looking a little bit iffy, just keep on keeping on with the blend in. And I'm not going into the actual eyelid to blend out, just literally on the edges. And I think I'm gonna mix two shades together. I'm gonna mix this matte white shade and this Undiscovered shade just to keep up with the shimmery shade, because I feel like just doing a matte inner corner highlight would look a little weird. So I'm gonna be mixing these two together just to brighten it up and then add some shimmer. I'm just mixing that with my pinky finger. And then I am gonna go in again with Uncensored, which is the deeper brown shade. I'm taking a flat little brush here, flat shader short brush. I'm just gonna bring that in to the bottom lash line to add a little bit of definition. So I'm just filling in some sparse areas real quick, nothing like too precise. Just filling in some places that need a little bit extra love. Mostly the front and the ends of my eyebrows. I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel and just literally brushing them upwards to give them a little bit more of a feathered and lethal thing going on. So we are gonna do a little double dipping action, but I wanted to show you two drugstore mascaras. They're both like $3.99 or $2.99 or something. This is the Essence Cosmetics Get Big Mascara, and this is the one I've shown you on my channel a million times, the Jordana Best Lash. These two together make a beautiful combo that does not flake or do anything down here. I love it. Long, super separated lashes, and this stuff on your bottom lashes is like the best thing in the world. It makes your eyelashes so long, but at the end of the workday, there's no mascara running down my eyes, and I just love it. So I like to go in with this one first. And then we're taking the Jordana mascara. And then we're just gonna add one coat on, just on the top. So the eyes are all done. Now we just gotta do the lips here. I'm gonna go with the Sephora matte lip cream just because I talked about it in my last video as well, and I feel like I'm using a lot of those things as well in this video. I'm gonna take the NYX creme brulee and just apply that to the center of my lips. Alright guys, and that is the completed look. I think it's a pretty spring look. When I think of spring makeup, I think of glowy, I think of dewy, I think of shimmers, lip gloss, I think of the whole shebang, and I think we achieved that today. And I hope you had fun getting ready with me. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.